Let's talk about getting stuck emotionally, whether it's dependent on some sort of substance or emotional obstacles.
Yeah.
We all have times when we feel stuck. You've had a lot of experience with this, and maybe you can talk about your POV. What do you think gets people stuck? And then maybe let's talk about what do you think gets people unstuck?
Well, I can, a lot of things get people stuck, right? I mean, you can have very severe fears, you can have substance abuse, you can have relationships, and you can have just caretaking demands that make it impossible for you to sort of break out. But psychologically, what gets people stuck oftentimes are sort of self-imposed prisons. I had lots of therapy myself, and I'm a big fan of people getting therapy if they are stuck, because there are always options. And when I was super perfectionistic, I could not delegate. I could not delegate. I couldn't be anything other than perfect. I couldn't be anything other than available 100% of the time. And being perfect 100% of the time, first of all, is depleting. Secondly, is impossible. And thirdly, makes you miss other priorities and other opportunities, as opposed to delegating some stuff, being perfect some of the time, but other time maybe you just can't be. And that being okay. That took years of therapy for me.
I was going to say, how did you work through that?
Years and years of somebody being supportive and present and making me look at things carefully, and just having that secure base of another person gives you the therapist gives you the security to go out and try something different. What would it feel like if I were not so perfect? And if on your own, you won't do it. You won't do it. If you're a perfectionist and compulsive and a workaholic like I was, you won't do it.
Maybe look right into camera, this lens right here, and give entrepreneurs who are feeling stressed out or not good enough, or they're...
Okay. Those of you that are entrepreneurs out there, if you're afraid and not feeling good enough and wondering if it's worth it, you're right in the right spot, because that's where everyone, most people anyway, when they're an entrepreneur, feel. And yeah, some will fail, and here's the deal. That word failure, I mean, it's empty platitudes, but just get up and do it again. It won't have been a failure, but a learning experience. And listen, I had a company, drdrew.com. I saw a company from seed capital to A capital to B capital, sitting at Goldman Sachs with a huge valuation on a company that the venture capitalists on the other side of the table said, let's just see how this day turns around, how this day goes, which was March 19th, I think it was 1999, when the bubble burst on the internet. I was sitting right there. We collapsed, we dismantled, we liquidated, and I got a great education, and I live to work on something else, as will you.